Hey, Bailey, thank you for the good luck. Welcome. Oh, oh. I'm going to start a pot of coffee while we're waiting. Oh. Hey, Mark, welcome. Morning. Just getting some coffee going. Gonna need it today. We got two guides to dial in for the QR. We're gonna do Tommy's right after this. So I got an extra. Got some extra coffee going. Oh. I think we're gonna have to. I think we're gonna have to ruin this guy's day here. Let's see. We hit the rough. All right. Well, thanks, Mark. I'm glad you're here. I should have put on the P10. Oh, well. We'll make this long distance sniper shot. See how he likes that. Always glad you guys are here. Appreciate y'all. Boy, if you missed it last night, we had our first weekend dual stream with Franco. Man, it was a blast. Oh, I ended up losing by 2 strokes, but I was tied with him at the turn, and just had some nerves, and I hit a couple greats on the back, but it was a lot of fun, and we're definitely looking forward to doing it again. That was really cool. I got a surprise guest coming this weekend round. We're going to be doing the rematch of me and Caden on Wednesday for the QR. Let's see. Uh, 7, 8. All right. Let's see if we can. See if we can drop this here. Hey, thanks, sweet. Ah, that's dirty. Appreciate the good luck. Oh, hopefully we get some coffee going here in just a second. Woo! Going to be featuring Boris guides this morning. We'll probably start about 10:05, so about 10 minutes. Let everyone show up and get here. Ugh. Let's see here. I think we'll go. Oh, goodness. Oh, yeah. We're going to go for the sniper rough bump. See what we can do here. All right, let's have a look. Oh, shit, double great rate? That's not going to go well. Boom! Oops. But everybody stay out of your weekend bracket. I hear that. I've had 2 bad weekend brackets in a row. But my main account ended up taking a bronze after my showdown with Franco. I took bronze in that account, so that was cool. Let's see. Tournament ranking. Where did we end up? About the same. We didn't really change much, but yeah. Not that one. Not that one. Not that one. There it is. Neon Palms, 3rd place. So it wasn't bad. All right, we'll give it 5 more minutes or so. We'll get going. All right, I got my coffee. Thanks, guys. Appreciate that. I got a coffee now. Look out. All right. So the way the QR is going to go from now on is I will take up to 3 practice shots. If I drop it on any one of those shots, the next shot I will go live. If I get to 3 practice shots, I will go live on the next one. Just in an interest of conserving balls and stuff like that. If I miss too many and decide not to qualify the account, I will finish the dial-in in practice mode and then qualify the account on my own time. Just going to try to keep the focus on getting the dial-in correct and getting that first look for you all so you know what to expect with the guide. I want to try to have as much fun as possible with this as we can. All right, we got 4 minutes. Be right back. All right. Hey, Michelle, welcome. Glad you're here. Thank you for the good luck. All right. So, as we talked about, we are going through Boris' guide today. Our focus will be on getting the dial-in completed. We will be taking a minimum of 1 practice per hole, up to 3 practices, and then live. If at any time I drop the hole, I'll go live on the next shot. But if after 3 practices, and I will go live on that next shot automatically. That's just kind of in an interest to maintain some maintain ball inventory and try to decrease the cost a little bit. I also noticed that when I was doing 6 or 7 practices per hole, that I was getting frustrated, and that's not what this channel is about. So we're going to have some fun. If we get the account qualified today, great. If we don't, I will qualify it on my own time, but we will go through the rest of the dial-in in practice mode. So let's talk about hole 1. This shot was designed by Tom. We're going to be using the rock at max P10 max stretch, bottom left of the red ring to the rough fairway. We'll then be adjusting with the APOC 1-to-1 and pushing up based on plus yards after adjustment. We'll give it max OP, max left curl. This is a green hole-in-one opportunity. Notes on this hole are great left was fine on the green. Great right was in the rough. So what we're going to do is we're going to go after our release from left to right. That way, if we do hit a great left, we're not in trouble. It's always important to note things like that. So what I'm going to start doing with my notes, because I want to get a little more detail, is what I'm going to do with my notes when I start off is I'm going to write down the ball I'm using to play with. And then I will make any notes about the shot as we go. Really important to have good solid notes, especially when it comes down to OR. So practicing making notes as you go, even in QR, is a really good idea. It's some advice someone gave me a long time ago that I didn't really follow for a long time, and now that I am, my game's improving a lot. For example, for the weekend round against Franco, I had 3 pages of notes for the 18 holes. Trying to make sure I had my best shots figured out. So let's take a practice at this first hole and have a look at it. I am setting up with this ball here because of the spins. So we're going to be giving it max top and 1 right. Max top spin boost, 1 right. And then I'll swap to that wind 10 to try to keep the needle speed down as best I can. Wind 9 will also work on this hole. So either way, they're both a good choice. But let's go ahead. Let's go in here. Let's enter the qualifying round. And let's see what we can do. All right. Oh, my goodness. Whole 2 people in here. All right. Let's take a practice at it. Here we go. Boris Guide. Hole 1. Let's have some fun. So we're looking at right here. Swapping to our APOC bag. Giving it all of that. Swapping balls. And then trying to straighten out that pull as much as possible. Going to adjust our 7, 8. And push up at 23 is 1.1 rings. So we know this is going to be a pretty shaky needle. And we are going to go max OP, max right. And we got perfect on the first try. Let's see what happens here. And we just came in left. So we'll probably need, my guess, just from past experience, probably need a slight 59 on that. Yeah, get out of here. I mean, 01, a little more 01. Sorry. 01 will push it more right. I always get those two confused. So, Tom, drive. I'm going to write down drive, 01, flick, and release, left to right. And that's just to remind me that a great left is better than a great right. So here we go. We don't need any more practices than that. That's a pretty simple shot. So we're going to go ahead and go live on it and see what we can do. All right. $26 is not a number on my chart, so I'm going to assume it's a 1.5 push-up. And here we go. And we got perfect again, so we're going to get a chance to see if our adjustment to the pull angle worked at all. And it got us closer. A little bit too much push-up. But we are on the fringe. We'll have a no adjust EB. Great shot by Tom there. Real easy. No reason to worry. Just line it up there and let her rip. So there we go. That's one drop out of the way. One shot dialed in. I'm going to write 2 for 2 on green. And we will look at shot 2. Nice shot by Tom. All right, shot 2. This is a shot created by Boris. This has a green. We are headed for the green with a lucky hole-in-one if we get it. Setup is going to be P10, side spin 4, wind 0, top spin boost 4. And we do have a precision ball for that, which I will highly recommend if you have it. Makes your life a little easier there. And it is right. Here is our precision 6. We also have this. Where'd it go? Did I pass it? There's no way I'm out of that ball. Oh, yeah. This Borealis ball is also a good ball to use. Either way, what we'll do It's a top spin boost 6. But what we would do is set up with this top spin boost 4. And then if we wanted to swap to the other ball, we could. But no real reason to. Actually, what we could do is we could set up with this ball and then swap to the other ball and have the spins ready to go. This is going to be set up at max extension P10, yellow on the right side to the rough fairway in the rough. We will then pull twice over yellow and push up rings once over yellow depending on wind angle. I want to check my graphics setting. Make sure I am on medium. All Boris guides are done in medium settings, if you didn't know. Hey, thanks, Mike. Appreciate the good luck. All right, hole 1 out of the way. Let's see how shaky this sucker is. With the curl here, it looks like we're giving it like 0.3 ball of left curl. Not quite half a ball, not quite a fourth of a ball. So we'll have to look at that when we get to it. Oop, man, we're not playing tour. All right. So we'll give this a practice. Pretty easy setup. Be mindful of your wind angles. So on there's 4 wind angles. The easiest one to identify will be blue. It's going to be right at the left edge of the rock formation. Yellow will be in the middle of the rock formation. Green will be at the far right of the rock formation. And if you're in red, you're way left over by the trees, where the group of trees is. So it shouldn't be too hard to identify. They're kind of in the background a little bit, so let's give it a practice, have a look at it, and see what happens. All right. So this is kind of a cross tailwind, so it should be pretty easy as far as needle speed. So we want to set up right here at the rough line. We want to give it all the boost and 1 left spin. Wait a minute. It says 2 left spin. In the picture it shows 1. I'm going to go with the picture and first try and see what happens. Now he says to pull twice over yellow. So we're in red, by the way. You see how we're way over there in the trees. So 8.6. And then 8.6 is 6-7 push up there. And then we're going to reset up. So sometimes when you're playing guides, right when they come out, it can be little errors in the description. And so you want to always go by the picture. All right, so we are in blue this time. So there is 16. And my 6.8. And then 16.8 is going to be a push-up of 7.4. And then we want to give it curl to right about there. Oh, shoot. Double great right. All right. So that's not going to go anywhere near where we want it. So we'll just start over. A little shakier needle than I was ready for. That's good to know. So we're going to write down here Boris drive. And drive. And my first note is going to be semi-shaky. Great right. No. All right. So that's a practice match for you. So we will go back in here and give it another shot. Try to hit perfect this time. We are going to want to swing probably left to right. I would assume a great left is better than a great right just because of where that landed. All right, here we go. And right there at the edge. 2 top, 1 left. And we're at 16.6, which puts us right in red again. There's that. And our 16.6. 16.6 is 7.5 push-up. And then just curl the ball to right about there. There's the perfect. Let's see what happens. Alright, so we're heading up there quite nicely. And just to the right of the hole. So that's too much 15.01 on it. So gonna try to straighten that out live and see what we can do. I'd like a lucky hole-in-one. I don't know about y'all. All right. Here we go live. Hole 2. I'm going to write down 59 favor. All right, another low wind. And we're going to try to favor a little 59 there. Give it my 10 rings. And my 16.1. 16 in red is 7.7. And we're going to give it our curl there. And we got perfect on that attempt. Let's see what happens. Still came in pretty far right, but nice and on the green. Right miss on green. 2 for 2. All right, that's 2 holes in, 2 holes dialed in. Pretty easy first couple holes there from Boris. I like that. All right, so here we are going to go with the QB and the APOC cat on this par 5. So let's have a look at what we need. We need an APOC cat. We need our, let's check out here. Okay. We need a couple of different balls. We need a top spin boost 7 ball to start, and with a minimum of 5 right spin. I have one with 2, so we may have to swap balls on the approach. And then we need a You're going to win 9 to set up. And let's see the approach here. Approach we were setting up, it's going to be roughly 0.8 to 0.10. So I'm going to pin this, not that. I am going to pin, I'm going to pin this ball because that's what he's using in the picture. Now we absolutely could, according to him, play with that P8 top spin 7 ball, but my thoughts are it's going to be a pretty freaking shaky needle. But here's the cool thing. We can swap on this hole to a legendary extra mile to slow the needle down. So let's do that. And we got the cat there. So we can look at both shots and see which drive we prefer as far as shaky needle goes. And then so we're going to set up at QB P9 no move target. We're going to swap to the APOC, and we're going to pull our rings. And he says in the notes P8 is a little shaky. Then we can swap to our extra mile with the Pioneer perk just before taking the shot for a better needle. Our approach is going to be, we are going to line the edge of the red ring up with center pin and the tree behind it. And then we'll have our inner ring by the edge of the rough. We'll spin the ball. We will spin the ball through the hole about 3 squares to the corner of the light green square past the hole, and I'll show you that. And then we got a couple wind angles. We have the skinny tree on the right is going to be 2 clicks of left. In the middle of that little group of trees is blue, which is 0. And on the left by the bush and the edge of the trees is going to be 2 clicks of right. So we got a couple balls to choose from. Let's do the APOC version first and see with the P10 and see what happens. What's this? 9-hole cup. What's it say? Solo wins. Wait, steady wins. Ooh, that might be cool. All right, let's focus. Par 3, taking a look at it here. Hey, thanks, Adam. Appreciate the good luck. Hey, Jackie, glad to see you. Thanks for the good luck. I guess, see, I will play the golden shot once the guide comes out. All right, so we're doing a no move target. We're swapping to APOC, swapping to our top spin boost 7, giving it all the spins. We're then going to adjust nice and straight if we can here. 7-5. Now this is at plus 16. Oh, let me make sure I got the right bag on. I don't. Plus 16, so it's going to be a little shaky, as you can see. So hit perfect. We're looking for 429 on the target yards. So if that P10 is a little shaky, the P8 is going to be a lot more shaky. We got the target yards there. So we're going to be basing this on landing position. So what we want to do first is line up here. We'll line up our red ring and the rough line there. And then we want to spin the ball right to there. And see, I'm at the edge. Okay, plus 23 is not on my freaking chart at all. Did we come up short? Good guess. We're way short. 7-7. I'm gonna say 6-8, and we're into OP. Yeah, what the heck is that? Why are we so short? Oh, we're supposed to be at 429. Okay, so that's not good. So I'm gonna forfeit out of this and see if I did something wrong there. Top spin boost 7. Did I have the right ball? Top spin boost 7. Win 10. Huh. Not really sure why we came up short there at all, to be honest. Let's go back and look at the drive and see. Because it's really weird to come up 10 yards short with a perfect. And so I'm going to have a look at the drive. There's no push-up notes. So let's see what I did. Okay, that's right. Pretty straight pull. 7 yards. Max OP hit perfect. Did we hit a dead bounce? Yeah, looks like we hit a little bit of a dead bounce. Let me watch his video real quick and see what happened there. See if he has anything different going on. So, yeah, he plays with the P8, and you can see it's a lot shakier. Yeah, so he doesn't hit the dead bounce. I'm going to have to actually really quick log into my other account and send that feedback to Boris. So just bear with me here. So part of doing these guides and dialing them in is when you see an anomaly like that doesn't make any sense. It's good to take a screen recording, send it into the guide maker because he wants to know, and they can make any adjustments to the slide if needs be. So we're kind of like doing our part to help, I'm recording it now. See, it looks like I had the same pull angle as him. So let me just submit that to Boris real quick. And there we go. So yeah, we always want to do our part, try to help out, and get every, sometimes the things we see in the guide, they don't know about, and so it can help adjust the guide for other players. So let's go back and let's try the guide again as it's written, and we'll swap to the legendary extra mile this time. And have a look at that needle speed. There we go. Practicing hole 3 again. 1 second, buddy. I'll play you in a second, Milo. Just give me a second. Alright, so we're swapping to our cap ball. Giving it all of that. Oops, we got to adjust first here. And now we're going to swap to our legendary extra mile. And I will show you, see how much slower the needle is. So if you have the legendary extra mile, it does help out. Let's see if we hit that dead bounce again. And this time we did not hit the dead bounce. So we are good to go. 430. We wanted to be 429. Now we want to set up, like I said, right there. And we want our inner ring by the rough with the red by that. We then want to spin the ball guide straight. Oh, I need to swap balls. I need a side spin 6. Straight through to that corner right there, like that. Plus 7 and 8, 2 is 6, 4. And we are in 2 clicks of left curl. And let's see what happens. And just center cup. So really great shot by Boris. Just concerned about the dead bounce. So hole 3. Boris swap to legendary extra mile. Approach. Watch. Setup. And ball guide at the right corner of light green square. So really good shot if you can make target yardage. The legendary extra mile slowed the needle down. So if you have it, that is what I would do there. For show, I did send that video in, and so we'll see what they say about that. Hey, Johnny, what's happening? All right, we got Adam in the house. Okay, so good shot. Let's review our pull angle on approach. And I want you to notice too that we almost ran out of time. All right, we got to stop and play Milo. It's our good buddy Milo. We got to give him a game. Oh, he just forfeited on us. Weird. That's not like him. Okay. Get rid of that. Okay. So back here. Back to our P9. We could. All right. Are you back, Milo? What's up? Now, swapping to the legendary extra mile, we could actually use that P8. That way we don't have to use two balls. It's going to be a little shakier, but it's got a little bit better precision. So kind of up to you. Oh, he's using a katana. He's trying to kick my butt, guys. But notice even Milo knows how important a katana is. All right. Well, let's switch up here to our P0 and our A-pot. And we will do 6.3 top. And see, we're going to go max and circle drop. Well, let's see what happens there. There we go. Who am I? Right now I'm playing, yes, I'm playing 1v1 against my friend Thomas's son, Milo. Milo has, he's in second grade, and he has brain damage, and he's in a wheelchair. And what he loves to do is play Golf Clash. And so whenever I can, I pause what I'm doing and I play Golf Clash with him. And we try to have some fun. So we said if we made it shot, we would go live. But I wanted to review the pull angle on the approach. Oh, nope, not that one. This one. Just to have a look at it, make sure I was pulling what I wanted to. So as you can see, the setup is a little time consuming. So you want to kind of hurry up. The ball spins especially. It's going to be left spin, so don't start where I'm starting. Obviously, I had the wrong ball. So I had to swap balls in the middle of it. So it's roughly 2.3 left and 7 top. Right. Come on. right to there. So, but we are, at this point, we are running out of time. It looks like a little 59 on the pull. So, not a bad shot. I think Boris's shot here is really nice. I think swapping to the extra mile with the legendary perk and that P8 would be the way to go. So we're going to do that live and see how shaky the needle is and see if we can get this drop here. Oh, thanks, Adam. Yeah, he's my buddy. I have my alt account in his clan. He started his own clan, and we're in beginner. But I dropped my master's card in there, so we're good to go. We're in first. There we go. And it's all of that. And then we want to adjust our 7-3. And then we want to swap to our extra mile. Swap to that P8. And then let me make sure I got the right spin. I do. All right, and let's see how shaky this is. So this is a little bit shaky. Get perfect on there. That's real important. Looking for 429. So let's hope we don't hit that dead spot again. And we didn't. We made it past it again. So dead spot may have been a fluke. Might have been a... Oh, no, we did hit the dead spot. Son of a gun. Oh, no, that's not good. All right, we're going to have to swap back up here. And we're going to have to try to somehow save this. That's not good at all. 7-7 with the cat is going to be 8-0. I don't even know if we'll get this. And we're into OP as well. It's going to be horrible. So, unlucky there. Hitting, yeah, look at that. So, super unlucky there, hitting the dead spot. Tom says that was a lot more headwind, and he's adding a push-up for the shot in chat. So he said, thanks for the info. So we did what we could as far as getting information to our guide creators. And hopefully that won't happen to anybody else. We did save the eagle, so we'll keep going on with this account. So yeah, they're going to fix that. But that's what happens when you're playing new guides. And so, it happens. That's one of the things that I love about actually helping be part of this is that, I feel like I'm getting to also help the guide makers test the shots. So that's also pretty cool. All right, so moving on here. We are going to be setting up here with P1 at max extension, white on the left to the bunker. We're going to give it 2.2 top and 3 left spin. And then we can swap. Okay, so we can apply. Let me read the rest of the thing here. So we can apply spins with any top spin boost 5, side spin 6 ball, and a beginner would. And then push up into QB. And as you guys recall me saying, that's very important to do when you can. Because it sets exact spins and you don't, and it saves you a crap ton of time. So this ball will work to set spins with. We then want to go down and find our P1, which will take a second. Alright, so we're looking for our either P1. I got this one here. And then, so we're going to set our spins with the beginner wood. Give it max top spin and 3 left spin. Then we're going to swap to our P1. We're going to go max extension left white to the sand trap rough line. And then he says ideally swap to the midnight ball to find initial aim. But either ball will work. And then we're going to want a ball to take the shot with. So I'm going to look for something. See, he's saying to swap to this ball ideally. This midnight ball. I only have 3 of them though, so I'm not going to do it. Let's see what we got. We can take the shot with. So if we swap to the rock after finding initial aim, we can use any side spin 6 win 10. That's important to note. Because if we swap to P0, let's say, before we adjusted, it would change our landing position. God, my entire computer wants to update in the middle of this. So what we're going to do is we're going to swap to this P0, but we're going to swap to the rock before we do so. So we'll set spins with this. Max top spin boost and max side spin to the left. We'll swap to this and find our initial aim with the quarterback. And then we will swap to the rock and the P0 ball for adjusting. And then we got a couple wind angles. We got red on the far left, which is in the middle of the bushes. We got blue in the middle, which is at the edge of the bush and kind of the edge of the tree foliage. And then we have yellow to the right, which is the right side of the tree trunk by the small bush that's in front of it. So let's have a look at this and see what we got going on. All right, hole 4, practice Tom shot. Here we go. So first thing we want to do is set our spins. And then we want to swap to our P1. And now we want to set up right there. Okay. And then we want to swap. First we want to swap to the rock. And then we want to swap to our P0. We want to adjust and assess our wind angle. We are in red. 8-4 is going to be 7 rings. Nice and easy. And red is no change. So just center ball here. And let's see what happens. And nice right side of the cup drop. Great shot by Tom there. It is a little bit crazy with the ball swaps, I'll admit. But I'm doing that because I don't want to use my P1. You could absolutely stay with the P1 if you got enough and stay with the quarterback. It's not a big deal. Tom, set spin with basic wood, and then swap to what did I do? I just forgot what I did. Let me look back at my replay. I forgot what order I went in. All right. So what we did is we set our spins with our P10. We swapped to our P1. And then, okay, so swap to P1 for initial aim. And then swap to rock. And P0. God dang it, get out of my face. Alright, and then I'm looking at the pull angle here. Looks like I had a slight 0-1, which would be why I dropped right side. So we're going to want to make sure we have a nice 12 o'clock pull there on that. So let's get set back up. Oh, I forgot to pin my Top Spin Boost 6 ball. Yep. Sorry, guys. Just waking up still. Alright, this will work. Okay, you want to make sure you have 6 side spin and... Oh, not 6 top spin. Gosh dang it. 5 top spin. This will work here. Oh. No. Okay. So 5 top spin boost, 6 side spin. If you then you're gonna swap to the P1, and you're gonna that'll automatically put you in quarterback, and then you can find your initial aim and swap to the P0 if you so desire. So pretty good looking shot. In blue, you got 1 click of OP, 1 click right, and in yellow, you have 2 clicks of OP and 2 clicks right. So, Gianni, why are you always ZZZing me? What's that about? Am I going too slow for you? Sorry, I like to be precise. All right, here we go with the live shot. Hole 4. All right, so all the top, all the left, swapping to our P1. And then we are getting up here in our landing position, swapping to the rock, swapping to the P0, and we are going to make sure we got a nice straight pull here. And we are in between red and blue. 7-8 is going to be 6-5. And so I am going to go with red. Oh, I just ran out of time. What the hell? Son of a bitch. Can't believe I just ran out of time. That's fucking ridiculous. Well, hopefully we can drop this and save save our birdie, huh? All right. 8-0 and 6-7. And we are. I'm gonna give it one click of right and a little OP and see what happens. We're right on the edge of blue. So there we go. And we're gonna miss right. So we're forfeiting this account now. And we will be finishing the rest in practice mode. Hey, Steve, welcome. Just going to run out of shots here so I don't accidentally qualify. That's really frustrating to drop it and then run out of time like that. So I got to remember, something I got to remember is I'm not supposed to be talking during my live shots. Give me just a second. I'm going to take a half-second break. Be right back. And we'll finish the dial in practice mode. Oops. I'm going to grab some coffee. All right, so I would say on. Hey, thanks, David. Kira and Gracie are taking a nap, but I'll let her know. All right. Let's see. All right. So I believe on this guide for 4, unless you are all the way in blue, like at the very end of that bush, away from the white little bush, do not add a click of right curl thinking you're in between. That's why we missed. So we're going to go on in practice mode, finish the last few holes here. Okay, so this one here, we have a send it on hole 5 to the green. This shot is designed by Ankit. And what we need here is a P10 top spin boost 10, win 0. Helps if you select the top spin boost. And we are not using any side spin. So it doesn't really matter. I got 3 of these. We'll use that. And we are going to be swapping to the big topper with the fast line perk to set spins there. Alright, so here's how this is going to work. We're going to go APOC, P10, no move target. We're going to adjust with the APOC. And then we are going to push up with the APOC. We'll then swap to the big topper, add all the top spin, no side spin, and we will give it about 0.3 ball of right curl. So we will do that. Oops, let's just pin that there. And we'll go ahead and take a look at it and see what we got here. Notes on this hole. If not wanting to use the perk and play with APOC Top Spin Boost 10, push up 1 ring extra. Risks staying in the rough with the APOC. Always rolls out with the Bluetooth. I mean the big topper. I always want to say Bluetooth. Alright, so let's get in here, have a look at this shot in practice mode. Gotta love a Send It. One of my favorites. And it's a par 4, so gotta love that. Alright, so it's P10, no move target. And then we are going to adjust there, our 18-1. And then 18-1, we're going to push up 6 rings. So as you can see, this is going to be a nice slow needle. We're going to swap to our fast line. Give it all the top and no side spin. And then we're going to give it a 0.3 ball of curl and hit perfect. And I'll show you where this rolls out to. And we get a nice high bounce on that second bounce there. And we are well over the green. So that's not awesome. We missed the rough on the second bounce there. So let's have a look. So you want to just set up right edge if you're there. And then hit a great. Alright. So let's see here. Let's try it again. And we will see if we end up with the same result. We could have pulled a little wrong for his pull. So what I'm going to do now, since that didn't go as planned, so I'm going to go into hole 5. And I am going to watch the video and see what pull angle he was using. So he's using a pretty decent 59. So let's try that with a 59 and see how that goes. And we'll go from there. So hole 5, Ankit. So he has a pretty decent 59. So I'm gonna line that up. I'm gonna move my 18 rings, and I'm gonna push up my 6. I'm going to swap to my big topper, add all my top spin, no side spin. And then I'm going to give it 0.3 ball of curl, a little bit shakier. And I hit a great right. So I guess we'll see what that happens here. Probably miss the rough again. Big high bounce. And we caught the rough this time. So great right is safely on the green. I would say anything more than that single great right would put you in the sand trap. But clearly the 59 is important on that shot. So my notes are going to be 59, pull, single, great right, okay. Pretty easy shot. Hi, Owen, welcome. All right, so hole 5's in the books there. Pretty easy peasy. Just make sure that you are pulling that 59 or you're going to have a bad time. And we'll go in here and forfeit hole 5. And move on to hole 6. Okay, hole 6 is a shot designed by Ankit. It is a par 5. And what we're going to be playing with is the APOC Cat. So want to get that set up. We are going to be setting up with a katana. And if you guys don't know, katana is one of the most important balls in the game. So you need to make sure you got plenty of them. You can buy them in the shop, 180 at a time, and so I highly recommend it. We're going to be playing with a P10 side spin 4, top spin boost 7 ball. And so we're going to use this. All right, we'll play Milo a game real quick. Got to play our buddy once in a while. Hey, Terry, thanks for the good luck, brother. Appreciate you. All right, Milo, here we go. That's going to be trouble. In the sand. Milo, my poor dear. Oops. All right, we are working on. I didn't use your shot yesterday. What are you talking about? What shot, Terry? Terry, what shot are you talking about? Was it in Q9, sir? Oh, it was the katana shot, wasn't it? Ah, I forgot about it. That's my fault. I'm sorry, Terry. Send me another shot. I'll use it next time. I forgot about the katana shot. All right. Oh my goodness, look at this crap. All right, so there. And we'll go there. I'm sorry, Terry. I forgot about it. It's hard to keep all the shots straight sometimes. Next time, sir. Next time you send me a shot, I will use it on the channel. I promise. Oh, I'm tired. All right, we're on hole 6. We got a couple more to go here. There you go, Milo. Good job hitting perfect, buddy. Get on the green. Hey, there you go, buddy. On the fringe. All right. All right, I have got to go, Milo. I'm sorry, my friend. I got to get this guide finished. We're running out of time. All right, so we are using the cat. We are getting our handy dandy katana. And we are using a Topspin Boost 7 side spin 4 ball. So we are setting up that P4 Max extension green to the rough. We're then swapping balls, giving it all the boost and 2 left spin. We'll be pulling from white. And then we'll be pushing up based on plus yardage. He says in the notes, drive is super sensitive. Too much curl risks hitting the tree. Too little rolls into the right rough. So we want to make sure we got the right amount of curl here. Let's take a look at the shot. Hole 6 and kit. And see what we're working with here. Okay, we got our cat bag on. So we're going max stretch, inner ring to the rough, giving it all the top and all the left. Want to give that a nice straight pull if we can. 8.3 is our adjustment. And at plus 15, we have a 0.4 push up. So there. And then we are curling right to there. And see, we clear the tree, and we should clear the rough that way. And we do. So get out of there. He says 2 little rolls into the right rough. So maybe I needed a touch more. Let's see. Forfeit. And we'll try that again. So I thought I was curled to the right spot, but maybe not. Let's try it again here. And have a look. Super sensitive on the pull, maybe too. Maybe I should try to pull a little straighter. Hey, Pinky, thank you. Welcome. Appreciate the good luck. All right, so here we are at the rough with the inner ring, giving it all the business. Let's try straightening out the pull more. 7.4 and plus 16 is a push-up of 0.6. And then curl is to right there. And we got perfect. We missed the tree. So let's see if we don't roll into the rough this time. And we don't. Okay, so what we need is a nice straight pull. 415 is right about the target yards. This is going to be based on landing position. So where we want to set up is in line with this row and our bottom green to the bunker. And then we want to spin the ball just through the hole. We're at plus 2, which will be 7.7 will be 6.2. And then center ball, no tweaks. Want to make sure we don't have any up on there. And let's see what happens. Caught the rough nicely, and we just missed left, which means we had a little bit too much 59 on the ball. So that's practice number 2. So we got one more practice, and then we'll have to go live with it. Oh, no, we're not going live. That's right. So we'll give it 2 more practices since we're not playing a live shot. Let's see if we can dial in that drop there. Let's look at our replay on shot 2 and see what our pull angle was. Oh. So setup spot's really key, right in line with that second full column from the pin. And then green right to the edge of the sand trap. Spinning the ball just through the hole. And then let's look here. Yeah, we were pulling 59. So I'm going to try to straighten out that pull there and see if we can grab that drop. Remember on this drive, really 12 o'clock pull is super important. So There we go. Okay, entering to the rough, swapping balls, all of that. And then we want to just nice straight pull there. 7-3. 15 is a 0.4 push up. So we're going to go right there. And then curl is just right there. And that should be safe. What the hell? Wow. Too much curl risks hitting the tree. All right, let's set it up again. All right, there we go. Entering to the rough line. And all of that. So I think we have to, we had just a touch too much curl on there. 7-3. 15 is a 0.4 push-up. And then curl there. Let's see what happens here. Okay, this time we're not hitting the tree. And we're rolling out right where we should be at 414. Our setup spot, real important here. Zoom right in, right there, and right there. And then we want to set the ball guide just through the hole there. And let's watch this pull, make sure we don't get any overly 59 on it. 8-3 at +3 is going to be 6-9. Nice. And there we go. And then just center ball, no up, no OP. And let's see if we can grab that drop. Oh, missed way left. Let's see. So let's review the pull angle. We got one more practice at it. Hey, thanks, David. Have a good day, buddy. Yeah, Anakin's version of the game didn't have the trees. I agree. All right. So, going to take one more look at our replay and see what we pulled. I didn't think we pulled any 59, but we sure as heck missed real far left, didn't we? We might actually have to have an offset if we're pulling straight here. Yeah, that's a pretty straight pull. I can try pulling an 0-1 flick and see if that gets it. But typically what I would do instead of trying to change my pull is I would offset the ball. So that's what I'm going to do on this final attempt at this dial in here. I'm going to offset to the right side of the hole with the left side of the ball guide. And see if that gets us the drop there. And then I'll pull as straight as possible. All right, let's have a look-see. And we are right there. All of that business. Remember, on this drive, a straight as possible. Otherwise, you're running into the other rough. Plus 14 is a 0.2 push-up. So just there. And then curl to that corner. And hopefully we're not hitting any trees. Nope, we're good. And we should roll out to where we need to. There we go. And now we can try our offset and see if that works for us. So let's get up here into our setup spot. Right here. And then what I'm going to do is set up here with my ball guide on the left side of the cup. We're at +1. I'm going to try to straighten out my pull angle. And 7.5 at +1 is 6 rings exactly. And let's see if that gets us where we're trying to be. And still missed just left edge. So I would, if I was going to continue with the dial in on this, I would then add either just a tick more offset or perhaps a click of curl with the same offset. But hole 6, my notes are going to be 12 o'clock pull on the drive and curl per pick. And approach, offset, right side of cup, +1 click, right curl, untested. And so that would be my notes for that hole. Hole 7 is another par 3. So what we want to do here, excuse me. What we want to do here is, this shot is created by Boris. So hole 7 here, Boris shot. And what we want to do here is start with the extra mile 9 and give it 4.5 back and 1 right with the navigator. And then we're going to swap to our QB. And at P2 max rest, we're going to have our white ring to the bunker's edge. But it's like there's the bunker, a green space, and then a little chunk of bunker coming out. And you're going to be right at the edge of that little chunk of bunker. So I'll show you that. And then we'll swap to the APOC and a P4 plus wind 10. So let's set up our bags. Let's get our perk undone. Let's set up our extra mile for spins. We want to go down here and grab our navigator. And then we want a wind resistant P4 plus. And we'll do that. All right. So we're going to set the spins with the extra mile. Max back, 1 right. We're then going to switch to the QB and set up with that white ring at the like little jetty of the sand. I'll show you. And then we're going to swap to the APOC and custom adjust. We have 3 wind angles. We have one on the far right by the big tree in the building, kind of near the end of the building. That's 1 click OP. We have one in the middle, which is kind of in the middle of the sand with the tree in the middle of the building. That's nothing. And then on the far left, it'll be like on the sidewalk by the trees. That'll be 2 clicks of left curl. So let's have a look at this and see what we can do. Hey, Jerry's here. Thanks for the good luck, Jerry. Good to see you. All right, so we are on hole 7 here, trying to get this dialed in. I got to go in here and forfeit this hole 6. All right. Here we go. So max back with the EM, then we're going to switch the APOC, and I will show you where to set up. So max back 1 right, swap to our here. So we want to be at max rest, and you see this little right here, this little chunk of sand. You want to be right there. See that? Okay, and then we're going to swap to our APOC bag. We're going to swap balls, and then we're going to custom adjust. So we're going to try to get this wind angle nice and straight here. We are actually in the red angle, which is 2 clicks, and 8.3 is going to be 8.7. So 8.7, and then 2 clicks of left curl. And we're out of time, which is fine. So we'll start it again. All right, back to this, and all of that. Then to here, up to here. All right, again, the setup spot is right there. Swap to your APOC, swap balls, and now we have 7-9. Let's see what wind angle we're in this time. And it looks like we are in yellow, which is 1 click OP. 7-9 is 8.3. And then we just want to give it 1 click of OP here. So center ball, 1 click, hit perfect. And let's have a look, see where that ends up. And just missing right, which means to pull less 59. So let's have a look at our pull angle there. We may have had a heavy 59 pull on it, and that's okay. All right. Oh, I accidentally went live. Gosh dang it. All right. Sorry, guys. But we can review the pull angle and have a look at what went wrong. I would reckon that we need more of a 12 o'clock pull than what I had. Setup spot is really crucial. Looking for that little jetty of sand there on the right. That second one right there. That's where you want to be. And then let's look at that pull angle, see what we had. Yeah, it looks like we were pulling a little 59 there. So I would say that it needs to have a much more 12 o'clock pull. Okay, next shot, hole 8. So our notes on Boris are 12 o'clock pull on 7. Set up second sand, jetty, and wind angle tweak. Alright, so our next shot, we're going to be playing a QB to the APOC sniper. We are going to be setting up at P6. So P6 QB green ring inside of the rough at the rough's edge at max extension. We're then going to add 4 top and 5 left and adjust with the APOC. Give it max left and circle drop OP. So we're trying to kind of come around the corner here. And then with our sniper, we're going to be setting up with the yellow ring and in line with the first green column on the green, dark green column, and the left edge of the white at the rough. Where they're going to spin the ball half a square short center cup. Before we do all that, my apologies. We're going to do a bullseye fringe green check. So inner fringe green check. And then we will adjust based on our check. Give it circle breakup with no tweaks. This is a par 4, so let's go side spin and wind resistance. And we have a P6 right here. Actually, let's go side spin power and see what we got. If we got a P6, we don't have to swap from. Couple crappy precision ones. We can try that. We can get rid of that, and we can go with that. All right, we can try that because it's just circle drop OP, so we just need to hit perfect. But keeping the P6 ball will make our lives easier. All right, let's see. Got our sniper, got our thing. Let's have a look at hole 8 here. Hole 8 is Ankit. Yeah, thanks, Pinky. I didn't notice the chat, but it's okay. Crap happens. No big deal. We will come back to that whole. I'll come back to that whole live, and if I have any notes, I'll update it. But I think just more of a 12 o'clock, maybe even a 01 flick. All right, so we want to be right here with that. We can give it our 5 top, 5 left, and 4 top. Swap to our APOC sniper. Try to straighten out the pull there. Give it 8-1. And we're looking for 341 on the target yards there. So we're coming around that corner pretty nicely. And 340 will work. So we're doing an inner fringe check right there. And we're at +4. We're setting up right here. And then we're spinning the ball 1 half square short. And we want to be center cup, so I should have turned it initially. There we go. And plus 379 would have been 5-6. We're going to run out of time, so I'm going to show you how to set that up correctly. with the spins to make it easier. All right, so we know our check is +4. So you want to get down here as quick as possible. Keep that bullseye in center line with that. And then spin your screen sideways. So your center cup and just a little short. 7-7 at +4 is going to be 5-5. So straighten out your pull. 5-5 there. And then just circle break up. And that should get us in the hole, hopefully. And a little right edge. So we had a little too much 01 on it. So we'll give it another look. And have a look-see. I don't think there's room for grates on the drive. It didn't look like it. It looks like we're pretty close to the rough on both sides. So I would say perfect is needed on the drive there. Hey, Heather, welcome. Thank you for the good luck. Jason, good day, brother. Good to see you. All right, so right there at the rough edge, going to give it 5 left, 4 top. We're going to swap to our APOC sniper bag. We're going to try to make sure we're pulling this nice and straight as possible. 7-6 here. And then we're just going to give it max left and circle drop. And we hit perfect. So we want to be around 341. And we're going to do an inner fringe green check. So I want to come up here, get this done as quick as possible there. We're at +3. Setup spot is right here. So white to that. And then we want to make sure we're turning the screen so we can get these spins set as center as possible. As quick as possible. There we go. And 8-2. And we're going to want to make sure we don't have any extra 01 on our pull. +3, 8-2 is 5-8. And then just circle break up. Hit perfect. And we missed way the hell left. So pull less 59. I got to look at that pull angle. Ankit shots, sometimes I swear he designs them for himself. Because I have a hard time sometimes with them. All right, let's have a look at that pull angle, see what we were doing. Might have been pulling a whole bunch of 01 and not realized, or 59 and not realized it. Actually, we're also, I guess we're pretty center cup. Let's have a look here at this pull angle. I guess I'm pulling a little 59. What I'm going to try to do this time, I'm going to try to keep my original pull, and which is my natural pull. And I am going to offset right edge of cup and see if that works for me. The first thing you want to do is offset, and then you want to tweak from there. You want to find a fixed variable that you don't change. Oh, wait a minute. I've been lining up wrong. I'm supposed to be using the left edge of the yellow. Shoot. I thought that said bullseye. That's funny. All right, maybe we'll get the drop if we line up correctly, huh? Let's not change anything and try to line up in the right spot and see what happens. Silly. All right, and here we go. Oh, Pinky will be back to streaming this week. Cool, cool. Congratulations. All right, my apologies, guys. It's white to the left rough with the left side of yellow to the left side of yellow here to this. So it'll be like way back here instead of way up there. That's partially why we're screwing up. All right, and then one square, half square short, center cup. And I could have sworn my pull angle was correct. That's why I was really confused. And just a little bit there. 7-9 at +3 is going to be 5-6. So we'll give it 5-6. And circle break up, no tweaks. There we go. And let's see if that drops for us. That we have the right spot. And just missed right once we had too much 01. So on this shot here, so drive needs perfect, and approach, mind setup, and I would say 12 o'clock, favor 59 flick. That doesn't mean to have a full 59 flick. It just means to favor that on that side. So that is enough of that hole, unfortunately. And we're going to go to the last and final hole, hole 10, and it is Send It to Tsunami Waypoint Perk. That's always fun. Oh, goodness. All right, last hole here, guys, and then we got to get out of here. Hole 9 is designed by Boris. And let's get out of here. So we need a P10, side spin 4, win 0, top spin boost 10. We need our Tsunami with our Waypoint perk. And we need a P0 win 10 for approach. So we will grab this one here. And let's have a look at the shop structure. Hey, Tom. Going so good so far. Thank you for the good luck. A couple shots that we're working on. The dead bounce on 3 kind of cost us. We ended up with that live. But all the shots are pretty good. I think everything seems to have gone well. Still working on 6 and 8 a little bit. And I think those are just pull angles. We're just getting everything going. But so far, so good. We're going to qualify this account tomorrow. So we're on hole 9 right now. And taking a look at that. But we've gotten through everything pretty well. Yeah, that was a tight line, huh, there, Heather. Yeah, so definitely a perfect is needed on that hole. So we are doing the APOC and Tsunami with the Waypoint perk. So we're going to set up at max extension P10, blue ring to the rough on the right-hand side. We are then going to give it all the top spin boost and 2 right. We'll adjust 1 to 1 and then push up based on our wind angle. We will give it overpower and curl to the top right corner of the top rectangle on the shot circle and hit perfect. And our second shot is going to be, we're going to line up with the yellow to the top of the fringe, dead center in line with the tree and the pin. We'll spin the ball guide to the hole, approximately 7 top. And then we will, we got to do a fringe green check behind the pin. So inner fringe with the green. That'll give us our table adjustment. And then we have a couple wind angles there. Far right, yellow, will be next to the skinny tree and the house. Center blue will be next to the bush and the middle of the house. And then red will be far left with no houses in the picture. And blue is 2 clicks right. Yellow is 4 clicks right. Yeah, the back 9 is pretty tough. We've definitely experienced some challenges today. That's why we're taking a look at it, though, right? You know, so let's go ahead and give this hole 9 a try and see what we got going on. I would say this is tougher than the front 9 quite a bit, which is it's kind of exciting. It gives us a chance to try some different stuff and really kind of try to go after some plays. So you want to do max extension, blue to the rough right there, max top and 2 right. And then we are going to look at our wind angle. We are in red. So 18.2. And then we're going to push up in red 9.7. And then curl is going to be just to the tippy top of that triangle right there. And hit perfect. Hey, Miss Jackie! All right, so here we go. We should roll out nicely. We're looking for 523. And we got there. And so now we want to measure with our P10 first. And we are at +5. And then we want to swap to our P0 and set up in line with the tree and the hole with our yellow ring at the edge of the rough. And we want to spin the ball guide to the hole. There's center cup. And we were at +4, which is going to be 7.9 is going to be 4.6. So we get our 4.6 in here. And then it's just center ball. Oh, I forgot to look for tweaks. We are in blue, which is 2 clicks right. So 2 clicks right. And there we go. And let's see what happens. And look at that brilliant shot by Boris there. Came in right side which would say we had a little, possibly a little 01. But really nice shot, really simple albatross. The key is going to be perfect on the drive for one, and then just making sure that you're lined up dead center with the pin and the tree behind it, and then really, really pay attention to your wind angles. Yeah, that is true, Tom. The legacy in the major week was more difficult than the major. I didn't like the fact that they took away the par threes for the major. I was like, why are you making this easier? But there we go, guys. That is the front nine, or back nine tournament QR for Boris guides. My notes on 9. Drive needs a perfect. My notes on approach are mind, setup, inline, and then bum, and then mind, wind angle tweaks, and 12 o'clock pull is better than an 01 flick for sure. So I hope you all had a good time. It was nice to be able to be here with you. Thank you for coming, Tom Macy. Appreciate you coming to hang out. Appreciate all you guys coming to hang out. One thing, if you guys enjoy the content, please consider donating to the channel if you can. My donation tags are here. Would really help out with guides and balls and all that stuff. But everybody have a blessed day. I'll be back in half an hour with Tommy Guide QR dial in. And I'm going to grab some lunch. I hope you do too. And we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.